huge damage for sure.
On an all-wall stage, no less.
We're potentially going to be seeing a lot more 2A plus B from Enders, I want to feel, because of the base hold.
This is true.
So watch out for that. Does A6 beat base hold, or does it get GI'd?
I believe it gets GI, but I don't actually think he gets anything out of it, other than maybe base hold K.
Okay, alright, well.
Because
I'm curious. I guess we'll find out, though.
But you can tell that Enders is already thinking about base hold quite a lot, basically going with only kicks. Nice duck into punish. That is not easy to do for an AGA.
Yeah, no, AGA is super fast, but up against the wall, that's most assuredly death. Get some gunshots to make sure you get towards that lethal hit.
I believe that was wall rising A on hit into wall rising B on block into wall rising B again. I think that's funny. Ooh, legit, kind of overextending a little bit. Wants to make sure. Oh boy, speaking of overextending.
Well, gonna be able to set up. No, not going for any sort of side and hold mix up. And oh yeah, didn't recognize which side he was on, I think.
Just ended up getting a little bit too close. Oh, fantastic sidestep. I like that. Really, the only thing that could beat that out would have been the K, but it would not have been the lethal hit, so it would have been significantly less damage, and he had so much of a life lead, he didn't really have to worry about it all that much.
Yeah, that's just huge coverage right there to recognize, like, hey, this is the risk-reward, and understanding the risk-reward versus Siegfried in Dark Legacy is super important, because otherwise you just die.
Well, I am hearing from the chat that A6 does give Siegfried the lethal hit, so there you go. He does end up getting the lethal hit for something like that.
So that is one of the reasons why I think 2A plus B is going to be a lot bigger in this matchup. Maybe wall rising A, I don't know, but you're going to see a lot of 6A and 2-2A right now, because up against the wall.
Oh man, a lot of this fantastic movement from Enders, just making out in these situations that are precarious for him, going into slight sidesteps. It was pretty solid stuff from both players there.
Enders was blocking that entire time and only let go of block as soon as the bubble exploded. Like,
I wonder if it was a botched RI. That would be my guess.
Good point, good point. Yes.
Gonna get the wall hit here, except no, I lied. No, I was wrong about the person who was getting the wall hit. Let it get there. Yeah, there we go. Solid option select.
Right now, and then just block in, but the flapjack comes out. Yeah.
Oh no, my God, he's dead. He has become dead. He's not dead. No, he is. That wasn't even the rest of the combo. Robert Oppenheimer. I am become death. Siegfried, destroyer of worlds. Into the soul attack. Here come the A6s. Now we don't care about the base hold lethal hit. Now we just want to shoot guns.
That's like Return to Monkey in its greatest form.
Yes.
A6B. That move is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it.
Legit getting a lot of good ducks here.
And up against the wall. So it's gonna be. Oh, no. Good lord, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I think he could have gotten it with a C.
That could have happened.
Oh, he wanted to respect the ending of the string. Okay, legit taking the first game. Hugely swingy from both players, as to be expected with characters that do this level of damage. If I was Enders, I kind of want to get out of this stage, to be honest.
I missed to see if he actually went to randoms. Okay, he did not.
So
he's just staying here.
I was wrong before about Enders' stage selections. I will be wrong about it in the future. Wow, what an incredible bait by EndersJ.
He did the launch too early. Super unfortunate. Because, it does move forward on the reversal edge. So...
Got fantastic ducks from Legit. I wonder if Enders is going to pick up on the fact that a lot of these ducks are happening where they're not necessarily twitch ducks, they're kind of in between, where he's clearly just ducking so that he can get one of those big wall rising. So there you go with, like, the, trying to catch the duck with the 3K, but not necessarily getting the amount of time he would need for something like the 3B.
Okay, well, already recognizing the base hold's properties there. No, yeah, just trying to catch as much step as possible. But again, wall rising B, it's working out. 6AB not going to do. Oh, was that intentional? To get
I think so. Yeah.
I think it was.
And going with that step deck yet again.
Yeah, that's the same situation where you just recognize the risk reward, right? Not going to get lethal hit, only going to take a little bit of damage. And, otherwise I win, right? So
yeah, at that point, I wonder what Legit's recourse can be if he really wants to go for those kinds of mixes. Does he then just go into another stance, or is that going to lose to the inevitable, like, get-up attack, like the wall rising A that would inevitably come from EndersJ as well? So, I'm curious to know what he would be able to pull out in that situation that would allow more levels of the meta to unfold. Because right now, it's just not so much for Legit. Ends up getting the Quake Stun.
Ooh, so it drops the combo. That's going to allow Legit to get away. And then, okay, yeah, recognizing that the GI might come out. Oh, was not prepared for the wall hit. Legit, however, prepared for the wall hit, it looks like. Jack, wow, you tech back, I'm surprised. But back into the wall hit. And yeah, recognize that it was off axis, so immediately went to the A slide B instead.
I kind of felt like the first game was in Enders' pockets, and then it ended up going to Legit. I wonder if the same thing is going to happen here.
Yeah, it seems like... Oh, wow. Okay,
he got the
low, but no punish.
Yeah.
And, okay, well, at the very least... So every time that B6 has come out for Legit, Enders has stepped the follow-up on Soul Charge. Like, I don't think it's ever not been stepped.
Yeah, he's getting fantastic amounts of steps with regards to Siegfried kind of pressure that not everybody has stocked. Okay.
Wow.
So that's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, the 1A string got Legit last time, and I guess the unblockable to avoid that situation from happening a second time. I don't know. There's that 2A plus B. Not coming up as much as I expected, but you know. Oh yeah, very smart from Enders to not really try to press anything there, because I mean the 6A just too close to the wall. You're gonna die if you get hit by that 6A. Everything is gonna change. The Fire Nation will attack at that point.
Especially on a stage like this. Man, 6AA yet again. Getting that step duck once again. I think that's... No, it's not it.
Beautiful reaction, though. And I mean, okay, so gonna be able to get around. And yeah, reverse side hold. You got to mix up as quickly as possible, or you know, you yourself are gonna get interrupted. And with that amount of health, I think Enders was totally willing to bet the farm on it.
And I think that's the thing, is that there's been so much step duck from Enders to try and deal with that mix-up, that Legit felt like he had to come up with something else, some sort of hesitation that might make Enders' reverse set play not necessarily work out. Enders seems wholeheartedly prepared for every piece of that mix-up. It's pretty incredible. Nice, Ken.
Right there, and then, yeah, gets the counter hit while raising A on the run counter to finish it off. And, yeah, no, you're right. Like, the side hold is nothing.
No, it really isn't. It has only been fantastic punishes for Enders. Like, Legit is currently going for an offensive strategy that is only given lots of damage to EndersJ. And that's scary. Man, he's even punishing just the regular B6 and not even worrying about the rest of the string. I mean, Enders, you ever have one of these matches where it just seems like your opponent is just correct about all the 50-50s in the whole world? Doesn't even get like the lethal hit combo. Okay, he's actually able to be right about something.
It is incredible how often a situation comes up for the very first time and Enders has already like prepared it, right? And it's come up for the goddamn what a god.
I mean, it was going to happen at some point. Legit has been going to say, I don't think he's done 6AB once yet. So
no, he has.
Oh, he has. Okay,
it was in the mid screen. It was in the mid screen. So it was not near a wall.
Right, which kind of influences the changes, yeah.
If you check every one of Legit's tournament matches, and I'm not just talking about like here, I'm talking about like every tournament match Legit has ever played, up against the wall, he will 100% go to 6AA over and over again until you punish it. Even if you just block 6AA, that is not enough. He will just continue 6AA.
Okay.
I wonder if that was just not gonna.
Yeah, I don't think it was because of how small the attack was. Okay, here we go. Legit coming back. Yeah, always the most satisfying way to finish out a round, throwing the opponent at the wall.
Drop kicking the opponent at the wall, not even throwing.
Knockout due to tree. Oh man, ends up losing the back to B plus K yet again. Kind of an unfortunate circumstance on these IGDRs. No punish on the 4B. Interesting piece of information. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Oh, he ends up getting the other hit.
Wow, stayed crouching after the flapjack. I don't know if that was a knowledge check right there, or if that was just, you know, fortuitous for Legit. But
overall, I think it was just like an odd choice on both players, and neither of them really knew what the scramble was going to unfold.
Oh, there's that 6AA. You know, you see that wall, and it's either that or 2-2A. Actually, we haven't seen any 2-2A so far, now that I think about it.
2-2A? No, not yet. Oh, man.
Okay, but it was while raising B, so he's
staying there, defiant. No, dude, you can't go for those mixes. It's just not working.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, he had gone for his 6AA so much in that situation that he was thinking, like, oh, you know, maybe it's fine. And then instead he just stands transition. Oh man, yeah, at the max range right there. That's unfortunately a force block, if I do remember correctly, if you don't if you're not rolling. So
Legit coming back. He's had a handful of situations that have really been fortuitous for him. Okay, 6AB this time. Oh boy, going right back to the 6AAs. Oh man, he had it and he just decided not to go with it.
well, yeah, I mean that's the thing that's been happening though, is that like Enders has been proving to be such a menace versus not getting hit by these like really large gambits.
Yeah.
That Legit is starting to second guess whether or not he should even finish
Playing significantly small caliber and stuff. And I also gotta say, shoutouts to Legit for getting that reversal edge B and not going for the CE, going for something that was smaller. That way we didn't have to just sit here and watch the cinematic when we knew what the end was going to be. That I appreciate that, Legit. That is some legit stuff. I mean, it was gonna happen, right?
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually. If you got a word as your name, it's gonna be brought up somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not the first person.
No, nor will I be the last.
Oh,
The next person might be the next person might be me again later today at NLBC.
More than likely, yeah. Dark Legacy comes out trying to push nice ship, and the GI comes out, I guess, expecting an immediate button press, and then no dice. Enders, unfortunately, not picking the right option there. Reverse ledge has worked out last time, but okay, again.
That's effectively like a win for Siegfried in and of itself. Cervantes' Reversal Edge K is about as undamaged as humanly possible by guessing right on a Reversal Edge. I would take that amount of damage for some meter, for sure. For something where you get to do something like this? Hell yeah.
And then, took the information from the very last time. That happened earlier. Enders went to that option to try and stop Legit, and Legit was immediately ready for it again. Or this time.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for it last time, but now ready for it.
It's interesting adaptations from Legit so far. The 6B is still something that he's going for. 6AA is still something that he's going for, despite the fact that it kind of hasn't worked at all. But some of these options, including more 2K, more Reversal Edge, some of these smaller options are really kind of confusing Enders at the moment. He's not necessarily getting the same amount of damage on some of these punishes, because Legit isn't providing those level of opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Legit has been, less returning to Monkey and more really thinking about what, like, Enders might go to, and it started to really mess him up, and that's going to be a break attack no matter what. Yeah, Enders didn't know what to do there.
He sprinted for so long. He sprinted for miles and miles. Just with Cervantes just kind of lying there and then standing there for a good long while. I don't know if Reversal Edge was definitely the way to go. I think that was just a straight up, like, playing chicken, where he just decided on sprinting at his opponent for such a considerable amount of time.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, one hit loses you the game, right? So you have to be terrified at that point, and I mean, I don't blame Enders for being a bit scared, but okay, there it is, finally. We see one, not up against the wall, though, and break attack.
2A plus B lethal hit, something that we've seen Enders attempt at, but we haven't seen him get a lot of success against just yet.
Yeah, I mean, the 2A plus B has only come out a handful of times. It's definitely not as... reverse side hold B, or excuse me, Chief hold B.
Not getting the correct punish on these IGDRs on block. I guess just kind of Legit is surprised as to when they're coming out, and it's kind of spooking him a little bit. And these reversal edges have virtually all worked for Legit and very much not worked for Enders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Enders won that one, so I would say it's probably
Enders winning the exchanges at the very least, but getting hit by the reversal edge is still something that he has to worry about.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's looking for that CE. He's looking for that CE.
Oh, good lord. Yeah.
Now he's not looking for the CE. What a sort of clash, and man, that could not have worked out worse for Enders at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that, like, Wall Rising A was going to clash with A plus B, but here we are.
Now we know. Ooh, 6AA on block into the 2A plus B. Fearless.
Had to have a bit of read there, up against the wall, too, and yeah, now he's just trying to push the advantage as much as possible. The 2 bars here for Enders.
That's going to do it.
Might be prudent to go for it. No drop!
Nice hop into nothing! Another great sidestep. He's not getting anything out of these good movement reads. He's going to potentially lose so much guard damage. Now he's almost dead to a Dark Legacy. He's dead! He lost! Oh my god, that blows. I think what happened is Enders got that wall rising B, thought about using meter, which would have definitely killed, but then he thought about using a different combo that wouldn't use meter in order to secure the round, and by then he just kind of flooded the situation. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's just really unfortunate, the nature of these kind of things.
Yeah. You end up like juggling multiple options, you end up losing your opportunity, so that's going to be a lot of damage.
On the back throw right there. He did originally input command throw, it looked like, so that means, he lost the soul charge time for it, instead of just getting regular throw, but regardless, still gonna get a ton of damage here, and then the 6A is coming out. Oh lordy, soul charge soon, baby.
Not trying to go for that. Alright, he's gonna have to... Ooh, okay. So, we're gonna have a huge meter advantage for Legit, and we're also gonna have to deal with this virtually inevitable guard break. And this guard break could do massive amounts depending on if it's close to a wall. So Enders has to be he's really gonna have to play in the mid-screen like the whole time. So, I don't know.
I actually don't think that the guard break is inevitable. I think the guard break is actually going to kill Legit because he's specifically so hungry for it. You see all these verticals, and I mean the steps from Enders. Enders knows.
Is that going to do it? It's just going to. It is just going to do it, and we're tying it up 3-3. But yes, that is a very good point, where somebody has something readily available to them, something like dashing around and trying to get that whiff punish CE, something like going for verticals to try and get that inevitable guard break, something like trying to go for a ring out when it's incredibly obvious. The worst thing you can be when you're a fighting game player is predictable, even if you have something that's to your advantage. So, a very good insight.
Yeah, it's not only just that situation either with the guard break, it is also like information from Legit at the very beginning of the set, because at the very beginning, Legit had been getting all of his vertical steps left and right by Enders. Right? So, you kind of like return to that form due to you trying to mix things up in Soul Charge, and it's like, well, I was already fighting this earlier. The unblockable does get, yes!
He techs that
time. Get the wall?
He doesn't get the wall hit, but he does have Dark Legacy. Oh man, the patience was your downfall that time. He has been patient post-Dark Legacy bubble every single time. And so I think at this point, Enders had just simply had enough. And he decided not to try and outmix the mix guy when he was plus on block.
Yeah, well, I mean, Legit had been taking that information to heart that, Enders was trying to, like, GI. Things have been paying off. For Legit super hard by being patient, and so Enders is like, no more! So
it's important, hopefully Legit is able to see that that is the case. I'd be willing to bet, though, that what Legit is thinking, that if that situation comes up again, no way is Enders going to do that again. And I really hope that Enders proves me wrong, that is not the case. Oh, gets the wall hit!
6 days, and yeah, your off-axisness doesn't matter. I am Siegfried. Look at my damage.
I don't know.
I like that. That's super smart. Your mix-ups on reverse side hold have been getting like just bodied, right?
So rather than taking the big
damage, you kind of back away with the low instead.
I agree with it wholeheartedly. Some additional layers to the mix, because the initial mix has basically only been bad news for him. Oh, I don't know about Ender sidestepping towards the wall. I don't think that was a good idea.
Yeah, this might end up haunting, depending. But okay, yeah, I like the decision. The back throw is the one that you're not expecting, right? Oh goodness. Stand aside. Stand aside.
So much lawnmower going on right now. I don't know, Enders. Do you really not want to change the stage? I mean, do you really want to... Okay. I'm curious about that. That seems weird to me, but okay.
I mean, it's not been terrible for Enders.
There haven't been that many times, but with the 6A combo, you only need it to be so... Maybe the reason why he doesn't want to change, right, is because he gets more opportunities like that, where it's obvious what Legit is going for, and so as long as he prepares himself the whole time, he feels like the predictability of the 6A is going to be worth more to him than the fear of the wall combo. Also important to know, I think that's the first side hold mix-up that's been successful.
That one he did the dance. He shimmied him before he actually ended up doing the K. So I guess, I don't know, he finally got Enders to respect it, and the GI into 4B, put him towards the wall. We know what Legit wants.
Oh, he only got like a little bit of damage. Something that I think Enders is pseudo picking up on, but not necessarily the whole way, is that every time Enders is the one with the wall pressure, Legit hard sidesteps to get away from the grab, to get away from some of the stuff that Cervantes has with regards to wall pressure. And so he gets little tiny hits, things like 2-2K and K2. I wish there was something a little bit more that he could do with that read, though. Playing it much slower now. lot of little tiny stuff, but of course, tiny stuff for both these characters is still gigantic damage.
Yeah, well. Oh, the throw gets tacked at the very least. Yeah, it's a lot more small caliber for sure. Like
a lot of tight sidestepping.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially, like, Enders, of course, is going to sidestep a lot of what Legit's doing, because the A-Slide B has been coming out a lot. The 6A is not been as prevalent until you get to the wall here. But, oh my goodness. I mean, you know, a pixel of life is all you really need.
So scary. 6AA on block into 6AA on block into Dark Legacy. Siegfried was plus frames for what seemed like a millennia during that entire exchange. More plus frames. Okay. Gonna use that meter advantage. Makes sense. No ducking on that string. Okay. So it seems like Enders only wants to pull out that duck at very few select times. I like that. I like keeping it in the back pocket. Oh, no.
Ooh, yeah, trying to use that AG. Oh, no. Yeah, wanted to punish with the K just to be able to get the wall hit. Not going to end up working out since, you know, tech crouch after the 2A plus B. But at the very least, you know, you tie it up to a piece, and you're not... I mean... You're not terribly far down in meter, obviously, because it's only one extra bar for Enders, but that's going to, you know, one extra bar of with punish CE.
I really feel like Enders needs to spend meter right now. Yes, you need to get it out of there right away. I wonder if he's going to go off the wall. Yeah.
Okay, Michael Jackson. Oh, A6B, and then what did you hit? That was so weird looking.
Yeah, that was like a Soul Calibur 5 Cervantes 4A plus B Brave Edge.
He was just rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So apparently he was just rolling.
Just slammed him down on the ground, yeah.
I've never seen that, but, you know, Enders tying it up for a piece now.
This is really close. They have gone... Has anybody gotten a 2-game win streak yet? I don't think so.
I think Legit did?
Maybe he did? But they're definitely going back and forth. I'm still really... I have to ask Enders why he decided to keep this stage. Very curious about that.
Do it again.
You're out of luck. I don't remember him saying that before. Unfortunately, he gets that duck, but he doesn't get anything out of it. Oh, it looks like we're going to GIs, which haven't really been a big thing in this set so far. More GIs. Nice sidestep.
Yeah, I'm recognizing the situation would have been exactly what Legit wanted in terms of wall hit. Is that the wall? It is.
Gets a little tiny hit, but still looks really brutal.
Well, the nice part is you actually get the wall hit damage on top of it.
Right.
That's kind of what you're looking for, really. Oh, you're dead.
All right, gets
I
the
don't
round
need no
win.
chest frame for that.
Gets the guard damage. Gets the meter advantage on top of it. Mori 6 is coming out. A-Slide B, tech crouching under, though. That's pretty
that's
nasty.
another one of the reasons why I was thinking that 2A plus B might be like a big deal, because, you know, A-Slide B is so fast on the tech crouch that you actually don't have to deal with the second hit being a mid from A6. And so it covers both of those options.
And I think you were right, that the 2A plus B was definitely what Enders wanted to do, but there were so many, especially in the last 1.5 games so far, the 2A plus B has been micro-sidestepped by Legit to such a significant degree that Enders might be getting conditioned out of using that vertical.
It's only happened a couple of times. Enders definitely doesn't feel like... the RA in response. Okay, gonna get GI back, but at the very least you took away the Dark Legacy without having to take the chip. I feel like that's a great use of... Oh, that was not intentional.
What was that supposed to be?
There's no way.
That's an A plus B. Was that supposed to be a 2A plus B? I think 2A plus B. I'm gonna guess 2A plus B there.
That would make a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, because Enders has actually done that in that exact situation before.
It makes sense. These are small pokes. They're typically a small amount of frame disadvantage. That's kind of where 2A plus B gets its gander, so to speak. So it definitely makes sense. Off the wall again?
Charge out, yeah. Enders definitely needs this.
Psycho Crusher. I kind of wish you had just done A6 and just, like, punished with the gunshots just to, like, shoot Siegfried in the back of the head.
Hey, you know, if you think about it, I think the A plus B like slide though is or A slide B slide is tech crouch, right? So won't they go under the gunshots?
Ooh,
at the end of it?
Maybe. You might be right.
Ooh,
the Beast like K. Yeah. We got to see more Beast like K, man. I remember this move. This move was amazing, and I think it most recently got buffed. Yeah, 3K. Oh, he ended up getting the camera ended up switching. Well, it was supposed to be a 3B, but the camera like did a little switcheroo, so we ended up getting 1B instead.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It happens quite often, and that command grab was intentional rather than last time, because he just wasn't expecting the step, and he really wanted to get that wall hit.
Yeah, he was really thirsty for it. Oh, nice! So that's gonna get him down to the next round. So it's basically gonna be even yet again, and it's always satisfying to be able to defeat Siegfried whilst not having to worry about Dark Legacy whatsoever.
that Twitch duck into CE seemed so fast that I wonder if it actually would have covered 6AB at the same time.
Man, that would be insane. I mean, it's a 16 framer, but it still would have been cool.
I'm basically just speaking on how fast he did it.
Like, anybody see that legit did 2K, 2K, 2K base hold?
Yeah, you know, he loves his basketball games.
Yeah.
He's a really big fan.
Hello. All right, 1 bar to 1 bar. They're basically wholeheartedly even, but this base hold A is coming in now. Gets the gigantic punish on yet again another unsuccessful mix-up.
Yeah, wanted to twirl to be able to make something happen, but unfortunately Wall Rising A is there to save Enders, and not a lot of life here. No. Yeah, Dark Legacy is prevalent. Oh god.
Man, he was just trying to find a time to use his bar. To be honest, I feel like Enders might have made a mistake in that situation. Now, I would have to go back and just double check this, but I'm pretty sure that when legit activated Soul Charge, he was still in blue life, that I don't think he had Dark Legacy yet. Then Enders hit him with the 2K and effectively activated Dark Legacy, which may not have been worth it.
He did, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, are you sure that's like you can hindsight not hit 2K there?
Yeah, that's really tough. But it is important to note that it's possible to try and effectively reverse mind game Siegfried, where you want to keep him in a situation where he doesn't have Dark Legacy on top of Soul Charge. It's tough stuff, but beating legit is relatively tough. Oh, I feel like that should have punished, and it didn't work out. But that'll work out. No, it didn't.
I mean, he got a little bit of hit.
Yeah, there. But I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be like a 3B or something.
Oh boy. Probably Wall Rising B, I would think, rather than because he was crouching.
Yeah, so. Speaking of 3B. Getting past that 6B. We're just blocking a whole lot, trying to get into that grab. Man, Enders has not done a lot of grabs this set so far.
It's been getting tech quite a bit, too, when he does go to
it. Well, he's also probably worried about the amount of ducks that legit ends up pulling out. Siegfried, very similar to Killick in the sense that you just duck to create your pressure, and you do so many 6Bs, you do so many tech crouches just in general as well, so maybe that's why he hasn't been grabbing all that often.
Yeah, A-Slide B is so strong in that regard that it just makes a bunch of sense, and now he's trying to scare him into the step, and that could... Oh, yeah, he wanted the best possible punish, I understand, from that range anyway.
Yeah. 2A plus B on block into 2A plus B on block into 2A plus B! It didn't work out, though.
You know, I feel like I would have gotten hit by those 2A plus Bs at some point.
Good things come in threes. Beating out that reversal edge. Enders is slowly losing his grip on this set. And I do mean slowly, because he's not, like, wholeheartedly losing it just yet. He's only down 1 game, potentially 2, assuming he loses this round. And that's gonna GI
the GI
it.
Came out, yeah, that was pretty good timing right there from Enders at the very least. That's gonna save him for right now, but he's got to use that bar in some capacity. I feel like.
Yeah, he wants to use it for soul attacks. He doesn't like using bursts. I guess that's the thing. AGA.
What?
Dude,
that was the weirdest situation of the clash. Like, it worked out beautifully for legit because he got to hit that Chief Hold B and then get the GI, or excuse me, back turn B. Yeah, the GI.
Man, everybody is all about doing the same move 3 times in a row right now. It's always been like 2K, 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 2A plus B, 2A plus B, 2A plus B, and then AGA. Say that 3 times fast.
Bro. Which part of it?
Yeah, I know, right? Catching that 2A, activates Dark Legacy. Dark Legacy
trying to get these back throws. Like,
I would say Dark Legacy really hasn't come up all that much so far this set. I think Enders has done a very good job keeping himself safe from Bubble, keeping himself safe from the Dark Legacy mixes and stuff too. So I appreciate that.
I feel like, honestly, very recently it hasn't come up a ton because legit has been ahead so far.
True.
Rather than it being like it hasn't come up a ton during the set. Because I feel like at the very beginning it came up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that front. Oh, the B is actually going to connect, and that's up against the wall, so you get the full string there. Oh, Flapjack actually stopping the 3B.
Yeah, it was sidestep 3B, so he just simply did not have enough time. I feel like in those situations, I don't know, maybe Enders needs to be a little bit more... feel like he can spend meter without it being too big of a worry. It seems like he really wants to keep meter for just super dire situations or to use as a soul attack, and maybe he needs to go with a more traditional way of applying it to the match.
Yeah, well, like right now, I think it's one of those things where you don't feel like you have to use bar since you're ahead enough, but like after this...
Are you ever ahead enough?
Should I use bar? Hello?
Yeah. Okay, you still have to worry about that bubble. Nice catch on the bubble. Grab break yet again. Gets the punish? Yes, he does. Well, no, that was a counter hit. But still, it was a solid quote-unquote punish.
Can't believe Wari's in case was not quick enough.
Yeah.
But Okay. I mean, you know, Ender's staying alive right there, using the bar at the very beginning of this, and oh, that's gonna be great.
Catching him out of that base hold K. Suddenly we're shoving so many grabs, and it looks like Legit immediately figured it out with that 6B on the dash-in. Oh,
Dude,
man.
I don't understand how Legit has teched almost, I think, every throw that has been command grab related.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
I don't think I've seen Cervantes Soul Charge command grab. Like, oh yeah, get out of here.
Oh, but he didn't have enough space to do anything with it. There's too much space.
I mean, I still think that's fine, because at least you get rid of the Dark Legacy. Like, it didn't end up being 100% okay because he had another Soul Charge on deck, but it's important to stop the Dark Legacy as much as you can, right? And it's way better than back in, like, Season 1, where your only option to stop the Dark Legacy once it started up was to, you know, Soul Charge activate. You only lose half of your bar instead of the whole thing this time.
He has a gigantic amount of meter advantage for this last round. I really wish that he was using it pretty soon, because eventually Legit is going to get his own bar as well. Decides not to spend it for the CE on the duck there, but he's dead to a CE at this point. And I think he was dead. I think he was dead to CE. It looks like he's dead anyway. No, he's not. Oh. Yes, he is. No, he's not. What? Okay, that huge amount of spaghetti going on right now. Dark Legacy bubble in severe. Okay.
2K.
All right, Legit, I think, won that round. I'm going to say 4 times. But it just didn't end up panning out. So, okay, 7-4. Legit is running away with this right now.
Was that the proper wall combo there after the A+B?
I mean, the fact of the matter is, I think after that B lethal hit, he should have just CE'd. I think for sure, because Sickery was in yellow life, he should have done that. So maybe he was flubbing what the wall combo was like, because he was in his own head thinking, oh, I should have just CE'd. Oh, right, I'm doing a wall combo. What am I supposed to be doing here? And then, like, it was this weird tech trappy kind of thing that you would do if you needed more. I don't know. It was very weird. It was a lot of spaghetti.
It was Enders that should have CE'd, and it was legit that probably was like, I don't think that I should have been alive.
Yeah. So many woulda, shoulda, couldas going on in the last round of there. But 7-4 right now.
Yeah, again, always wanting to get that back throw, and I think Legit is starting to figure that out. Because Enders has been going to back throw pretty much every single time. Yeah, see, it's finally stopped because Legit has figured it out.
For the first time ever, he ends up not getting Legit sidestepping when he's at the wall, and unfortunately he just gets a regular grab instead of the command grab, which would have given him the wall bounce. So that's kind of a shame. He ended up getting... Oh, yeah. That really stings. I feel wholeheartedly confident that grab that ended up being pulled out, which was a forward grab, should have been the command grab instead. You could have gotten a lot of damage.
Isn't the command grab steppable, or is like regular grabs or not?
It's not. No, not that one. Like Tira's command grab is steppable, but as far as I know, the regular command grab that Cervantes has is still not steppable. But you still typically do sidestep it, simply because it's going to alter the axis of the potential wall bounce. So yeah, you'll get hit by it, right? But it's not going to do any damage because you already moved yourself away from the wall.
I don't know if that's going to happen on this stage.
Maybe not, yeah.
Ooh,
is that a punish? Ooh,
oh, that's sick.
Fancy schmancy. Fancy schmancy. That's going to get the round. 2-1.
I learned something today. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It makes a lot of sense because of like the the amount of recovery that move has on Siegfried, and plus I just didn't know if it was close enough.
Oh yeah, Cervantes super, Siegfried super. Dashes. You just assume these things can hit. Raphael, CE, you just assume all of these things can hit to the edge of the earth. Oh, wow, he sidestepped it!
I play ass, dude. I can't
you can't do anything with that. Yeah. I play AB, it's even worse. Oh,
I don't know about that, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. So unfortunately, Enders is trying to make this comeback, but now he's going to have to deal with this guard crush. He's got 2 bars to 1. If Legit ends up getting a little bit too thirsty for that guard crush, then it could end up spelling doom for him. But also, if Enders doesn't spend his meter, it could be doing the same thing. Ooh, that guard damage.
Yeah, I think Legit is now specifically trying to go for the guard damage when it's a guaranteed situation. Yeah, right. So like, it may not have been like the greatest guard break in the world, but you get as much damage as you possibly can because you're in check.
You actually got some sort of... It's much better to get something small that you know you can get rather than not getting anything. He wants to save that... Okay, he wanted to save that that soul charge for beating out the bubble, and it just didn't come out.
Well, legit. I mean, if you couldn't consider him running away with it at this point, he's definitely running away with it now.
For sure. Every match is close, still here. And this stage is still here. It's clear that Enders wants this stage. I will have to talk to him about it later on.
I wonder if it's rather than him being like, I need a better stage, it's that I could get a far worse stage in maybe his mind. I don't know.
I mean, you know,
Maybe he doesn't
walls
care
help
at all.
out for Cervantes as well. Maybe he doesn't care at all. Again, it is just a first to 10. Totally fine. Oh, no, he ducked it and then came back up for it. Doesn't get the second wall hit, though.
Yeah, I don't think there was any way he could have gotten the wall hit with that axis in particular, but yeah,
I really feel
Lowe's
like
gonna finish it off there.
Enders' stamina is kind of waning because it really seems like he's bulldogging to trying to get these grabs going on right now, and I feel like he needed to parse it out just a little bit, just like he was at the beginning. But now he's just like, man, screw it. I want to grab him. I need to grab this guy. God damn it. Oh man!
Ooh,
imagine that was a CE punish.
The twirl has not come up often, but it is paying off a lot. You know, it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, that was not intentional 2K on the
yeah.
full crouch. I'm certain.
All right, 1-1. Oh, that could have been very scary had he just stayed in base hold.
B-side K is coming out quite a bit more often. It's just not working out as much.
Yeah, but even if it gets blocked, it's totally fine, right?
Yeah, no, it's not like he's gonna die for it.
Yeah. He still does have meter. Again, I feel like Ender should be more aggressive with his meter.
It's definitely seeming like it. I mean, I guess maybe he's just less worried about it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he wants to save it for something else that a Cervantes player would understand, and I'm not a Cervantes player.
Well, yeah, I'm just
grab.
trying to think about, like, okay, so what are his options if he goes towards Soul Charge, right? Like, other than just get off of me. Because you're specifically talking about, like, using it aggressively, right? Like, what are his options when he activates Soul Charge, finally?
Well, I guess I think that's the
grab,
thing.
And then Command Grab has been teched almost every single
Regular
time.
grab and Command Grab have been teched so many times. He ended up getting it for the last... Wow, that magnetic grab there! Oh, man, it ends up into a 6AA. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm so happy I saw that.
Bonus
Wall
bar?
Rising A just pushing forward enough to be into Siegfried's grab range, apparently.
Yeah.
And now that means Enders loses a bar for that.
Yeah. He just didn't have a chance to use it. Obviously, it seems like Enders wants to spend his bar on soul attack so that he can use everything aggressively. You can kind of tell he's even kind of desperately going for it at this point. So, oh boy, and he's just having an impossible time getting it. Okay, I mean, this is something. He ends up reversing the stage positioning. He's got another bar yet again. Reversal edge coming out yet again. Oh well.
Yeah, it was a hard situation, you know. Of course, you had legit up against the wall, and you wanted to keep using horizontals, but the problem was is he eventually got away, right? It was too far away to continue doing that to catch the step, and it's just, after that point, you can get whip punished pretty easy.
Alright, that's going to be RE safe, yeah. Basically everything in Cervantes' kit is going to be RE safe, which kind of blows my mind just how much success Legit has had with Reversal Edge. Yo, Legit, calm down.
Oh, no. I think Enders, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Continue doing it, because you have to make Legit actually go to something different right now. I feel like Legit is in such a comfortable position that, like, why not just keep doing things? And yeah, there it is. So now that you've A6'd a bunch of times, now the base hold comes out. So you have to think, like, is 2A plus B, does it exist? What can I do here versus this? Do I break attack, etc.?
Yeah, does he want to have to potentially worry about another Siegfried sidestep? They've been successful, but it's not like Legit has been getting a gigantic amount of damage off of them. That's no, okay. I was going to say off of the wall that would have secured Enders the second round, but he gets it anyway. So we are in this, I believe we have been in this position, like, or at least something similar the last 3 games. Ooh, he hit out the soul attack. That's a really big deal. Now Enders is just going to have to deal with these lawnmowers over and over again. Oh, he's almost dead. You thought 6AA did a lot of damage? Look at this. Oh, he doesn't get
too far.
He only got 2/3 of the full combo. Just to give you guys an idea.
It reminds me of the Sophie back turn combo.
Right. Yeah.
You're just, you're just dead.
Aha! Reversal edge for reversal edge. I don't think he really cares that it didn't end up working. He did get a bar out of that. Okay, grab.
The greatest of all mix-ups.
Yes.
You don't expect the other grab after the botched command grab.
The command grab that did nothing. Okay. 9-5. Enders can still do this. He's significantly far behind, but he's not impossibly far behind. This is effectively like a grand finals reset type situation at this point.
Clocking in on the 9-5 right here. I noticed the spacing right there. The A6s and just being able to whip punish on the 3A4 as well. That's a really important start, because now you can at the very least make Legit second guess his spacing game, and that's really important. But I love it, using the twirl to be able to try and catch Ender's step, because obviously we've noted reverse side hold has been getting step 2G'd quite often.
Or hit out, or whatever kind of option, and kudos to Enders for weathering the storm that time. It really seemed like Legit has slowed down his mix-ups to such a degree that he doesn't even necessarily care whether they are not working or not, just because it's so much pressure where Enders doesn't really get to play. And not getting these wall-rising punishments, though, which is kind of hurting Legit. It's kind of an unfortunate thing. It might just be a parsec connection kind of thing, or what have you. Another step guard ends up spending the bar this time around. Does not want to have a potential repeat of that previous round that we remember where there was just a gigantic comeback. So ends up securing the second round when Legit has none. Okay, Enders, you're getting somewhere.
Yeah, no, I mean, Legit had Soul Charge and Dark Legacy. That was not going to be fun times at all to try and have to weather the storm if Legit ever got away at any point in time. So you may as well just finish the round. Use that bar. It's incredibly important. And the AGA's baseball swing, just to be able to get it out. You know, there has been very little AGA. I mean, there has been a lot of duck from Enders, you know, a lot of wall rising, but okay.
Oh no, that was back turn? That's so unfair! That was like only one sidestep. Bubble. We got two bars.
Might get a bar here pretty
bar.
soon. Might be able to get away from this, but maybe trying to save.
That was so good.
Perfect.
That was so good. The ever so slight sidestep or backstep into the 100% because 3B was not going to launch at that range. It was just going to be a knockdown, and so to go with the absolute perfect punish into the meter that again he had just gotten. That was the most impressive thing.
Wall-rising A.
Yeah.
If the wall-rising A had not hit, he would not have had the bar.
Yeah. God damn.
That
was the most optimal thing I've seen so far this set. That was really good. GI roars.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it was only a level 1 GI, so I guess it's not really going to be able to do a whole lot. Just gets the A's, that's pretty important.
This base hold A has been beating sidestepping so much so far. Stomp, I can't imagine.
There's no way.
No.
There's no way that was intentional.
Statement stomp. God, these 2A plus Bs are still getting sidestepped, though. He's not getting the amount of ducks that he thought Legit was going to be pulling out. Legit was ducking, I think, a lot more in the previous game. And I say that, and then he immediately goes for a wall rising afterwards.
Yeah, right. It always happens. There it is. Finally catching what he's looking for right
threading
there.
that needle with the timing. That is not easy to do with a launcher to try and get just that half of a second where, he is ducking, but now he's actually committed to a move. And before that move actually is active, that's really not easy to do.
Ooh, okay.
No jumps from Enders so far.
But up against the wall, tried to adjust the combo to keep the wall axis like in his favor, but unfortunately didn't get it. And now Legit with such a life lead. That Soul Charge finally running out though. Oh, the mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't sure if Enders was interested in spending meter. I can understand saving it that time around because that looks like a big comeback that you're gonna have to make.
Yeah, even in Soul Charge with the extra damage that you're afforded is not gonna be.
You would need.
I don't know. It just seems hard.
Yeah, you would need a 3B.5, and Legit isn't really gonna fall for errant 3Bs for no reason.
I guess you never know.
Yeah, I suppose you never know. But I think he just wants to... Now, if he doesn't use it here we go. Man, Legit is sidestepping all of these soul attacks. Enders has to be furious.
The soul attack has literally only been for combos, I feel like, at this point, in terms of hit ratio.
Right, exactly,
If it's hit outside of combos, I barely remember it.
Bubble.
Yeah, get that chip damage right there, and he's got bar, right? This is just a horrible situation since he's up against the wall, but okay, caught the step, forcing the soul charge.
Both of them have...
I guess that could... Oh, never mind. I was going to say that could be considered a win if he's able to make something of it, but...
Yeah, the problem is that Enders had to spend bar on it as well, so it was like, both of them just decided they both really wanted to win that round. Legit is on set point now, but has no meter to his avail. I guess it doesn't matter when you can hit as hard as that, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, even if he loses this round, he'll get a bar back, right? So I don't think he's worried about it, and he's looking to probably force Enders into using a bar, if at all possible. And you can tell he really wanted the wall hit, and I'm surprised he didn't get it. Yeah, duck under.
You can tell that Enders won it. It's like he had the wall rising A. He technically had the round on the wall rising A by spending the bar. He decided to save it, which was a risky bet, a bet that he's lost in the past. Goes for soul attack this time around. Immediately soul attack back because it was like a weird air hit. Normally you can't do that there. Ooh, okay. We saw that once before.
That exact situation.
No, 1K! That wasn't what he wanted!
Punish that because of the sidestep. No dice. He's gonna be able to catch it again?
So much stabbing going on right now. You still have to deal with Dark Legacy. You still have a bar to your avail. Ooh! Nice.
God, okay, this is 2K.
Very scary stuff. Is Enders gonna pull this back? That's 3 in a row, right? Yeah, 3 in a row, 9-7. He still has a good chunk of work. He has to double what he's done so far. And that sounds exhausting. So I don't know if he's going to pull it off.
look, I mean, you know, you're in the middle of the comeback. You at the least have to have some sort of morale boost at this point.
No! Oh. He dedicated to it just at the very last moment.
Well, I mean, still technically already safe, right? Well, not the throw, but...
Yeah, but imagine if he had gotten the punish, it would have been a gigantic 3B and everything, but instead Legit has a full bar within 15 seconds of the first round. That's Astaroth territory.
Yeah, at this point, there's no reason not to use this bar right now. Like,
yeah, sure.
I think it's a super smart decision by Legit.
If you can get resources within, like, a millisecond, spend it in a millisecond. You might as well.
Well, I mean, like, look at the bar disparity now. It's like nothing. There's barely a disparity.
If effectively, those two reversal edges, you could argue, effectively gave him the first round.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and now, I mean, you've already got Enders up against the wall, but fighting back pretty well, getting a couple of A6s, the 2Ks and whatnot, and wow, so many steps from Legit. Yeah, he thought he was outside of range, but just barely inside of it.
Really seems like Enders is kind of clamped down on the moves that he's using and going for significantly harder reads. Stuff like this. Stuff to really trying to enforce a certain level of conditioning that you don't necessarily get in a small set, which is one of the reasons why I like first attempts, because you really get to see an overall evolution of both players. Assuming that they're of the same caliber, pun pseudo-intended, I guess, you get to see something that you don't necessarily get to see in tournament sets. Nice block.
Ooh, I mean, a lot of that has been the wall rising A, and then now finally catching at the wall. Legit has always tried to step away from the wall so that, you know, he could change the tide and do the same thing right back. And Ender's finally finding him actually within range this time. You know, every other time it's been like, oh, he barely gets away, and then the whiff punish happens.
Just barely skates away. The exact opposite of what's been happening for Legit 6AA combos, which seem to find a wall basically no matter what. Are you gonna spin bar? Are you gonna... You're gonna stick it? Oh, you stuck with it! Off the wall for the first time, I think, in the entire set outside of Soul Charge. Gets a wall hit yet again. Gigantic damage. Wow! Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know, that's what life be like at these points. And I was probably going to be... I was going to say, probably waiting for the Dark Legacy to activate before Soul Charging, and then, unfortunately, that was not what ended up showing up. It was the reverse mix-up. And then, good lord, Soul Attack's going to finish... Oh, no, I thought that was death. 3K is going to be it, though.
9-8. Is Enders going to pull this off? This is incredible. What did he decide to do? Was he just thinking, let's get serious when I'm one game away? He saw what Oz was doing, and he's deciding to pull off the same kind of thing?
Well, I mean, you know, the difference is Enders started with Cervantes. So.
That is true. He did start with Cervantes, and it was close the entire time. We didn't have to go with a 9-game comeback. Just a... What was it? 9-4, I think? 9-6? Something like that? Yeah, I think 6 games. I think you're right. Comeback. Yeah, it would have had to be, because he's on a 4-game win streak. It was 9-4 at one point, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, well, okay, so the thing is like, these wall rising A's are now starting to get scouted by Legit, but the problem is that's no longer the main tool anymore. When Ender started the last 2 games, it was wall rising A that was really, like, destroying Legit. And so, rather than continuously do the wall rising A, he's only, like, sprinkle it in there every now and then, like he did at the very beginning, and Legit is still looking for those.
And it's also, there's an additional frustration factor, because I think Legit is trying to IAGA punish those things, and they're just not coming out. You see a lot of, like, AAs afterwards and stuff like that, partially, potentially because of the connection, but also, it's a relatively difficult thing to pull off for something that's so small. So, you know, it can potentially add to Ender seeing that it's not really getting punished wholeheartedly effectively. He just woke up 3B. He just decided to 3B there. That was crazy.
Well, it was just a read on the fact that there was going to be the no mix-up on that one. So, I mean, you know, that's a good call from Enders, and he's working on game point again. B6 to interrupt. You know, B6 has come out quite a bit less, but Enders has not been stepping nearly as much, so I can understand why. That didn't wall hit!
I think the amount of sidesteps have gone from Enders towards Legit, because all of these soul attacks get... Oh no, you fell for the vintage Siegfried. But that's still 1 round to 2. Alright. Okay, so
you walk up A plus B around start. Okay, I feel you, my man. You're definitely feeling some type of way when you want to get the pressure going. But yeah, Enders has shown that, you know, the side hold K is not exactly much of a factor.
I like the fact that Enders feels like A6 is like a guaranteed at least force block after A6 on hit. It's just like every A6 is followed up with A6.
He's only gone to base hold 1 time prior to this, so like he's probably just not worried about it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Man, another time with this wall combo, EndersJ. Are you going to do this? Are you really going to pull this off? I think this might be the outside of maybe like an Iron Man competition, this might be the largest win streak as a comeback that I've had on a War of the Roses stream so far. I don't think we've had something like 6 games, but I don't want to call out legit yet. He's just, Enders has a lot of momentum, but one 6A wall combo could potentially spell doom for the entire set.
Well, it's already starting out close too. Like it seemed like legit had offensive momentum at first. The side throw came down, the GI, but yeah, I think legit knows what's the one way that I could lose here. It's get hit by a break attack. So I'm just gonna block.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, and you can tell that the movement for both players has gotten so tight right now that they have so little wiggle room to try and get out of this situation. Okay. That fully combos because of the wall. Yeah.
You get the better combo. Oh my god. Good awareness right there from legit to recognize what'll kill.
Fantastic stuff. More step ducks. Pseudo getting caught, pseudo not. I mean, just small little kicks. IGDR, though. Gigantic damage
barely
here.
Out of range of the A slide B.
Look at that weight on that grab. But he walked up and just waited a little while just to get away. I'm surprised he didn't think that legit was going to go with a wake up attack afterwards. Solid stuff. No, he doesn't get the block.
Yeah, and he really wants to keep him at this wall, and there it is. Finally, the 6A is going to get scouted out, and yeah, I mean, at that point, it's not a bad round to have to give up. I think for legit morale wise, but Enders is just going to be like, okay, I can take that. I have the bar. This next round is looking real good for Enders in terms of resource.
Yeah, he needs to spend that soul charge. Gets a little bit too ambitious. Okay, now legit isn't block punishing like anything, and I think that might be something that EndersJ can pick up on just at the very end here. But I also feel like he should spend meter. It's kind of tough to tell. A6 into A6. He's dead to a grab.
Now.
Oh
God.
no.
Oh, good lord. Oh, and now you have wasted a bar effectively.
1 round away from clinching what was going to be a relatively decided first to 10 that now has turned into one of the closest first to 10s we've had so far on the War of the Roses streams.
You're gonna see a lot of reverse ledge, I think, from legit. Because if he loses this round, at least he'll have the bar now. And well, I mean, he got a ton of that from that one, right? So Soul Charge is gonna come out, and I mean, the comeback is absolutely possible in Dark Legacy.
That's
but the throw, okay.
All legit was trying to do was create a situation where Enders had to spend a bar, but unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be 1 bar to 2 for the very last round of this first to 10 between legit and EndersJ. Mere hours before NLBC.
Meter might finally start working out.
Yeah, potentially. But then you end up getting hit by some sick... Okay, here we go. But he's just using it as a soul charge activation, trying to go into the back pocket of all the gimmicks that he can potentially pull out here, but the A6K...
Up against the wall, he's gonna get back thrown for his troubles.
He can't soul charge out of here.
Legit is trying to take damage anywhere they possibly can. The duck under, and that's gonna do it!
Oh, man, oh, man. EndersJ almost pulling off one of the biggest win streaks for a comeback I've ever seen. He came so incredibly close. Legit ends up getting a fantastic soul charge before Enders was able to pull off anything from his. And just the overall weathering of the storm that EndersJ had to pull off, he did it so well throughout the entire set, and it just wasn't enough by inches.